This is my very new friend, Forrest. In fact, I've never even met him. So
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. So Forrest is going to tell us his story. I can't wait to hear.
Well, I don't know how unique it is, but I guess I started having problems noticing blood in my stool. So that was about a year and a half ago. So I altered my diet, thinking probably it was some kind of colitis or possibly ulcers or something.
We love to do that, self-diagnose,
Yeah,
right?
right,
I
right.
did that too.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
IBS, no big deal.
No, I didn't. I wasn't sure it wasn't a big deal, but that was my first guess.
Okay.
And so I altered my diet, and I've always been a vegetarian anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
By choice?
By
or,
choice.
I mean, because of the animals or just because
Yeah,
you...
because of it's more of a moral thing rather
I like
than
that.
yeah. So I wasn't quite looking toward any problem cancer related because I figured the odds were less. But it's in my family. My mother had colorectal cancer, same thing I had.
Okay.
So, but my first guess was some kind of a problem with the colon colitis, inflammation, blood, and so I altered my diet to more bland kinds of food, and it worked for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't notice blood in my stool for it maybe 6 months, that long.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a significant amount of time
Yeah.
to be gone.
Yeah, where I could have had treatment or been diagnosed earlier.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then finally when I saw it again, I said, well, there's not too much more I can do in my diet. I think I'm gonna, try a proctologist. Well, I was traveling, and so that I didn't do that. I put that off for a few months, and then I had a colonoscopy, and they didn't have to look very far.
Okay.
The colonoscopy runs all the way up, but it was within the first 6 to 8 inches. So
Okay.
so he said yes. It looks like it's cancerous. It's a pretty big polyp, and we won't know for a couple of days. We'll send it to the lab and we'll let you know ASAP. So I think the next day,
Wow.
they told me that yes, it was cancerous, and he said, but he told me the day before, even if it wasn't cancerous, that I recommend you have it removed.
Of course,
Because
it could
the
become-
size of it, he said, was not good.
What size was it? What
Well,
stage were you?
No, I was stage 1.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and it was very small. The cancer part.
Okay.
But the actual polyp was like it went all the way around the colon, and it was called a flat polyp. So you couldn't really see it. I had my first colonoscopy like 5 years before, and
Okay.
they didn't see anything.
Okay.
So
It was hiding.
yeah, and so it was probably there. You're right. It probably was hiding in the small stages, and so anyway, so they diagnosed it as cancer, and so we discussed the treatment, and so they decided, I guess, one of the more modern protocol. My mother just had it excised just by operation only.
Yeah.
And just with that, and then it was over, and that was over and done, and then she lived another 35 years after that, and she died of something other than cancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing fairly well. You're doing great.
Yeah. I mean, as far as I can tell, when I'm done, I mean, I talked to the other fellow today that had various things similar that I did, but what I found out from talking to a lot of people is that everybody's different.
Absolutely.
And even though you might be very strong to start with and less frail and all that, things are different. And so his symptoms coming out of surgery, he has a lot of problems with his stomach and different things. But he doesn't have any kind of problems right with his intestines. Where my problems are related to the area of the operation and bowel movements and frequencies and diarrhea and constipation, all those. He doesn't have
all the glamorous topics that go along with colorectal.
So, but he didn't have very few of those problems. He said, but his problems, he's got to be more careful about the kinds of foods he eats and with his stomach and things like that. and gas and things like that. So his problems are very different, but yet we started out with almost the identical cancer as far as the diagnosis. And of course, mine was diagnosed, they call it a stage 1, 2. The 2 part was because of the size of the polyp, and 1 because it was only the size of a pea to start with.
Right.
And it was isolated to just, one area in the colon. But the polyp was pretty big. And after the first treatment, they got it down to about the size of a BB. And their goal
Wow,
was to
so great.
eliminate it completely.
Yeah.
And then still do the surgery.
Right.
Yeah. So that was their goal. So they came pretty close to that. And so everything's pretty much on schedule. It's like I said, from what I've read, I couldn't predict how things turned out or how I felt. You read the best you can, you talk to others, and but it's different for everybody. And some, like, it was easy for me, the first treatment, and actually I guess it's pretty easy for me in general. I'm 72 years old,
Wow.
So but no, I guess
Great.
I'm very strong.
You are.
Yeah, and I still am very strong. So
Must be all that whiskey.
yeah, that helps. Yeah. I don't know if it's I'm running after the girls or they're chasing me, or the cops are chasing me or something. But anyway, I have to keep my strength up. Yeah.
Oh, Forrest, thank you so much.
Okay.
It was such a pleasure.
Okay, nice talking to you too.
You too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. This is Robert, and Robert is going to share his cancer story with us. Tell me what kind of cancer you have.
I have anal cancer.
Okay.
Came here to doctors here 2 years ago. Not only with that, coming to his office, I have HIV with blood clots from the left leg, from the ankle all the way up to my navel, that justifies all through the veins and everything with that. So dealing with that, fighting through all this, I'm still maintaining.
Wow. 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 That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
Yeah. And got married.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, what stage of anal cancer do you have?
4.
Okay. And what are you doing for it?
I'm getting treatment. At first I did radiation and chemo.
Oral.
No, I did
infusion? Okay.
infusions. And then after that, I did all the radiation I could do. So now I'm just on chemo. And not only there, I have a lymph nodes in my pelvis, in the pelvis area where it presses against the main artery in my left leg. And that's what causes the blood clots where it's not flowing like it should to
Okay.
my left leg.
And how many more treatments do you have left?
Right now, I had my last treatment last week. I'm waiting to do another PET scan. Getting it scheduled now so I can see where we go from there, where it stands at.
So how is your how are you emotionally? Because you
I'm
have
ready.
HIV and you have cancer
Yes,
and you have blood clots.
yes.
You look so healthy.
I'm great.
You look really healthy. It's shocking to me.
Yeah, I lost some weight during the last couple of months, but some weight I needed to lose anyway. But
That's a bonus.
so yeah, that was a bonus for that. But I keep myself going, family, stuff like that, and don't let it stop. You got to think that it's something that you got. Don't let it take control of you. You take control of it, and just keep going, keep living.
And you're a man of God, I see.
Yes.
Does that help?
Yes, most definitely.
Have you had any like spiritual experiences or?
I'm in a lot of prayer
Yeah.
services with my godmoms and stuff that they pray
Pray on you.
pray
lay
over
hands,
me and
yeah.
I put hands on me, and a lot of spiritual that's in my family, period. But I guess another thing that I have advantage of, because mainly everybody, mostly in my family, we all in the field, the nursing field.
Okay. Are you a nurse?
Yes, I am.
You're a nurse?
Yes. So, and
How perfect. I mean, it's like, that can be helpful
yeah,
with what you're going through. Are you a good patient to the nurse side of you?
yeah.
Do you listen to the nurse part of you?
When I started trying to listen now, but
You're trying to listen now?
I'm to a point that I'm so used to helping out people and not
Yeah.
doing the opposite direction.
Is that hard?
It was very hard.
It's hard for me too.
Very hard. Very, very hard. Because I'm always was the one taking care of everybody, and now it came on the shoe. It was really hard to get that change there.
So how did you do that?
Just by listening to my sisters and family, like, stop being hard-headed. Let us take care of you.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So we made out our schedule,
Good.
like where it wouldn't, where I wouldn't feel bad and hinder, like I ain't working on nobody, just one person all the time. So they rotate days, and I'm fine with that.
Wow.
So it's like I'm spending one day quality time with that one person, the next day a different person.
Oh my
so
gosh.
it works out.
It's like social hours 7 days a week.
Right.
Oh,
with
I
a
like
different
that.
individual. Every week, every day of the week. So I give them that time, just our time together.
That's great. That's amazing.
But my daughter get mad sometimes because she's like, I don't need nobody. I can just take care of you myself.
Oh, she wants you all to
That's it.
herself.
Yeah.
And your partner?
Yeah. In
How is-
Georgia.
He lives in Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how's he deal with this?
Fine.
Well, he's in Georgia.
Yes. Oh, well, and he's going through his own. He do dialysis 3 times a week.
Dialysis.
Mm-hmm. I just got to finish taking care of him 2 years ago because he was like on his deathbed, but I brought him back.
Really?
Yeah, but he's back at work. They couldn't believe it. He did 380. That he came back. He back at work and everything.
Really? Wow.
They couldn't believe it out there when he came back.
It's a miracle?
Yeah.
You believe in miracles?
Yes, I do. I believe in God. That's my miracle, God.
I mean, that's a wrap right there. I believe in God. You're a miracle. You're definitely a miracle. I wish you the best of luck. I think with your mindset and your point of view, and I mean, it's just amazing to me. Like everything you've told me is like shocking that you look healthy. You look perfectly healthy to me.
Yeah, it's all into the point if you carry yourself in the way how you a lot of people don't understand like how they carry themselves like emotionally with the baggage that the disease, and that's what they got to learn how to reverse it for you to take control of it, not let it can take control of you. Because once you drop and let it take control of you, that's when you go downhill.
Right.
You go straight downhill.
Yeah.
Everything else is no more turning back. And don't let people tell you that, oh, you can't do it, or even doctors and nurses that come into the hospital and tell you like, oh, try to put you on hospice, just keep you comfortable. Tell them you want to fight.
Have you done that?
Oh yeah, I told them that I don't need
They
you.
put you in hospice?
No, no, I'm saying they come and talk to you.
Okay.
They come and talk to you when you're in stage 4. They come and talk to you because that's their job. Do you got your stuff in order and everything like that and stuff like that? Because that's what they look at you. But just tell them, like, what you here for? Because I got a policy in mind. I'm be up out of here. I came straight here today from Vegas.
Yeah, baby. How'd that go?
Off the road. Me and my sister drove straight in Vegas, straight to this appointment. I was there for the whole weekend. I
love how you roll. I love how you roll.
I jump on a plane in a minute, cruise, anything. No doctor is here tell me that, oh, I ain't got treatment. I'm gone.
You living life.
I'm living life.
This is the spirit of cancer. That's what I'm talking about. What kind of cancer do you have, Alona?
I have lung cancer, non-small cell lung cancer.
So what's the first question people ask you when you find out or you tell them you have lung cancer?
Did you smoke a lot? So I actually didn't smoke. It's a different kind of not smoke.
Okay, and how did you realize that you had it?
So I got sick, and at first I thought I have some kind of virus or flu. I didn't feel good, and I told my doctor 2 weeks already, and I'm still bad. And so she recommended to do X-ray,
Right.
and X-ray showed a little bit, tumor on my lung, right lung, and so then they did biopsy, and so I knew this. I had a cancer, so it's very good.
Very.
I was very upset, I was kind of shocked and some kind of nightmare for me,
Oh, yeah.
and for my family also.
What
So I
stage?
didn't even see. I don't know about stage.
Oh,
but
they
I
don't
think,
stage
I think
it?
it's 2 or 3.
Okay.
So it's doctor never told me that, but I think it was because I had metastasis on my lymph nodes,
Okay.
and they found some spot on my brain, but it wasn't so big.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and basically I had the metastasis on my lymph nodes, so
Okay.
it went to my lymph nodes. And because of this, I couldn't do surgery. So I just started doing chemo.
And what were you going to say about your family?
So my family actually was very supportive
Good.
when they knew about it. And especially my daughter, she was 3 months pregnant this time. And so she was with me everywhere. We went to Dr. Nasir, and Dr. Nasir was great. And so she was the most supportive
That's great.
for me.
That's
and
great.
her husband and my boyfriend, and so
Good support system.
yeah, but my boyfriend's working, so he's supporting me in this way.
Okay, there's lots
Yeah.
of ways of supporting you.
And basically, she was number one.
Great. Well, it probably really strengthened your relationship. Not that it needed strengthening, but it certainly creates.
Yeah, now I
And
have
he
a
was-
grandson.
Oh!
He's 3 months old. He's very cute.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
What's his name?
His name is Noah.
Noah. I love
Yeah.
it. So that must give you a lot of joy.
Yeah.
So how long is your chemo going to be?
So basically, I already did main chemo. It was 6 chemos. It was very, very hard,
Yeah.
but I went through it, and now my tumor shrink. It's
Good.
Yeah, it's very small now.
Great.
And the doctor said that if tumor shrinking like this, so maybe it will disappear.
Go
Let's
away.
hope. Yeah,
Oh
go
my
away.
gosh.
Let's hope, and we don't have to do surgery in this way. So this is it. Now I just have a maintenance.
Maintenance?
Yeah, maintenance.
Yeah.
Can,
Maintenance? Yeah.
yeah. I think so it's just to make sure everything is okay. So I have it once in 3 weeks.
And
It's
so,
like 10 minutes
Yeah.
therapy. Yeah.
oh, wow.
From to 10 minutes. 10 minutes. But I think they do it a little bit longer just
To make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to have a pain and everything like this and nausea and so. But it's kind of short. It's supposed to be 10 minutes, but I do like 4 days.
It can't hurt. You can
Yeah,
only
yeah,
help.
but
Yeah.
slowly but surely.
So how do you feel? Like you feel good?
Yes, I feel okay now. Yeah, I had a little bit nerve damage on my feet. It was
Yeah.
hard to walk
Right.
for 6 chemos, which was very hard for me. But now I'm better. I'm
Okay,
started
good.
hiking now.
Good.
And, yeah, I take care of my grandson.
Really?
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
So I would say Dr. Nazir is great. So yeah, I'm glad I'm here.
I'm glad you're here too. Now, what would you say? What would you say to anybody who just gets diagnosed with cancer?
So I would say, so don't lose any hope and fight and fight and fight. And I hope something will come out. Some treatment, or they should do something about it. Because a lot of people suffering from cancer, especially these little kids. I always donate money to Jude Hospital.
Yes, St. Jude's, yeah,
This
right.
before this happened to me, and so it's just horrible. So I hope something gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen. Things are
and
happening.
Just like some kind of vaccine, you give it to you.
I know,
just
that's it.
And nobody will have a cancer anymore.
Like an aspirin. Here,
Right.
take some aspirin. You're cured.
Right. Yeah. And so I just wish people that they just don't lose your hope. Never ever. Just do it then.
All right. There you go. It's all
And,
about hope.
Yeah, and everything is gonna be okay with everybody. I would just feel so bad. I didn't even pay attention before. I just was afraid of this word so much. Oh my god! Oh my god!
I know, but now that you're saying that, now are you afraid?
Well,
No, but now that you've been through it and they're shrinking the tumor and you're feeling so much better and you're still alive, don't you feel like okay, I can deal with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. It's
yeah.
not as scary anymore.
Yeah, it's not as scary.
Okay, good.
It's not
That's
scary.
that.
It's not as scary.
That's the important part. It's not as scary. Cancer is not as dark as it used to be. I mean, it's awful.
Yeah, it's a
but
lot of new treatments.
there's so
now,
many
like
new treatments.
5 years ago, and when I did chemo, I saw it's like 50 kind of treatments.
Yeah.
Kind of new chemo.
Absolutely.
It just was only one.
So our hope is full of light,
Yeah.
and so are you. Congratulations! I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, no, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Good luck.
much. So.
Everyone, meet Mr. Nash.
Hello.
He is amazing. He's got so much information to tell us. First of all, tell me what kind of cancer you have.
I have leukemia. You pronounce it CML.
CML, yeah.
CML is in my blood. When you guys look at me, do I look sick?
No.
But I am. But it's a special pill that I take, which is it keeps the government. It keeps the white and the red blood cells like this. I'm not a doctor, but I kind of am. I can explain that
Yeah,
if you'd like to
I
hear it.
understand that.
I've been 27 years ago, I fell from a bridge with one feet in my head. And I didn't die.
Wow.
I'm here. I broke my back.
Oh my gosh. What?
now I
That's
have-
amazing.
Now I have this,
Yeah.
and I deal with it. These pills keep it stable. I was off them. I want to get into this. This is good that we're here doing this. The government stopped my medicine because I moved out of state. Or just because the government wanted to do whatever they want to do.
Government.
Well, this medicine keeps me alive. This medicine, if I stop it, I will die. Is that what they want? No, that's why I got it back. They mail it to me. It
they
isn't.
mail it to you?
Oh yeah, there's in a special thing that says chemotherapy. It's a chemotherapy pill without radiation. The
Really?
radiation kills. The pill does not. The pill keeps you alive. You know what I mean? But
That's what's up.
and that is that good? I mean, I'm telling the truth. The
No,
truth
I
will
want
set
the
you free,
truth.
and that's right.
Give it.
Right.
I'm listening.
Now, and I kind of went off road there. I just had to put that in there because
Yeah.
it's something that is happening to me.
Now I want to hear what's happening to
Okay,
you.
now
I want your
my
personal experience.
my cancer. Okay, 2011. I called 911. I used to walk 20, 30 miles every day, and I was so much pain. They took me to Kaiser. I used to work for Motion Pictures. And Motion Pictures, the chemical labs, was how I got this. I worked with chemicals.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay.
I was turbo. I worked with Perk. Perk is an illegal drug. I want them to hear this shit. Excuse me. I shouldn't be saying. You will cut that out.
We can keep it. It's a documentary.
But
Not Percocet.
I just kind of
Not
got stopped.
Percocet. Perk. What's Perk?
Perk is a chemical that is cleans the film.
Oh, okay.
what I did is I put the first trial up, original when they shoot. There is no more film. Yeah, they still got to do a first trial. There's chemicals still out there, and they're hiding. But that's okay. Technicolor Deluxe is still there. They
Okay.
just tore the chemical lab down and built another lab. Have you seen? They're big. They're big.
I've not seen.
We emerged from local 683 to local 700. Editors, Actors Guild.
Okay.
I am still part of that. Yeah, I have. And, you know, hey, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Funny, I'm the third generation. I'm the one that
Really?
worked with the chemicals. Yes, they did too. They don't give you no gloves. They don't give you nothing.
Okay.
Okay, everybody gets triggered. Everybody in the world has a cancer.
Yeah.
But something's got to trigger that
Yes.
cancer.
Yes.
You learn. Remember I told you I learned from getting hurt. Doctors, you're a guinea pig. No, I'm not. I want to be like him. I want to learn. He went to school. I got hurt. I had to deal with it. So what he knows, he makes it better. He helps. We have to. What is going to work? This pill here or this pill? Well, this one here you got to do. This one's flat. This one is. Let's see. Okay. There's kids that have the same thing as me, and it's working. Yeah. I'll be 48 this month.
Congratulations.
You know, I caught my cancer 2000. Well, it was missed.
Okay, tell me how it was missed.
Oh, I don't know. It was missed by just. I was at work. I was always in pain. They give me pills. Okay, well, you know, when they do what they do, MRIs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What does that diagnose? That's supposed to go to your muscles, everything? This is new technology. I mean, boom, you're in a tomb when you're in that thing. You know, people that have metal can't because they have to. So they say if you have a metal plate in your head,
Yeah.
and they have to do a scan. They do the what do I call that
The PET
it's
scan?
well, no, yeah, it's kind of like a CAT scan. You don't go in the tomb.
Oh.
Because if you go in the tomb,
The
if you got any
tomb.
kind of metal in you, it's going to suck it out because it's a magnet.
That wouldn't be good.
No, my uncle had from grinding as a machinist,
Yeah.
and it pulled it out. Lucky he didn't lose his vision. Well, think about that. If you're inside something and you got metal in you, you're screwed. Phew, it's going to pull it out.
Don't
Right.
go yeah.
Well, that's why they call it the tomb. It's that's the what I call it. The
Generic.
Well, no,
layman.
you get in that thing. It stays. Have you ever had a mammogram?
Yeah.
Well, you get inside the.
Yeah,
okay.
no, I didn't
Yeah,
know
but
they
the other
called it
one's
that,
different.
though.
Oh, they go, you have to. Oh, yeah. It's magnet, so they can detect everything in your muscle tissue, everything, and they can find out where the problem is.
The
That's
PET
awesome.
scan?
No,
The tomb.
The tomb. Yeah.
Oh,
I just said it a minute ago. What is that thing? That's what is it? It's it don't matter.
It'll come to you like in
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Okay,
Okay, so-
but get back to my cancer. My cancer is being treated by. Now I drive. Can I say that?
Yes.
Okay, I used to live here in California. It's gonna break out the ocean. You gotta remember that, huh? Nah, I love California because I'm from California. Now I reside in Kingman, Arizona, because I'm sick and I can only place I can buy a freaking home. No, you can get that or not. Well, I live.
It's
I
hard
came
to
here.
find- it's
Oh,
hard
I
to
left
find
there because
Yeah.
I thought my treatment could be out there. Well, they don't. They have cancer centers, but they're not like him because he now, it's
Dr. Nasir.
Dr. Nasir specializes in this. He's the one that caught this disease that I have, and the other guy. What's his name? That's a hard one. I just know my doctor. Yeah. Okay.
I just know it by doctor.
I have Dr. Carmen there.
There you go, 8:15 a.m.
Can I just do that? Can
Sean
you read it? Can you read it? I can't pronounce their names.
Dana Shrod. Dana
He's
Shrod.
my heart doctor
Donna
now
Shrod.
for my
Oh.
pill. For my pill, this is good that I brought this up. The pill, I have to be diagnosed. I have to do an EKG every time. Why? Because it interferes with the blood. With going, okay, well, they have to make sure that it keeps steady. Everybody's heart is different. Okay, my doctors trip when they hear my heartbeat. I got a triple heartbeat. They don't. Whoa, what's that? You're a heart doctor. You should know what that is. I inherited it from a family member.
Triple heartbeat.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's why you got a lot of heart.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm still here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dr. Nasir, But you came here and
I met him in Cedar Sinai. And I don't remember. I was in so much pain
yeah.
when the ambulance came and they picked me up. They said, I guess, I don't remember. I don't. I just woke up. I guess it brought me over here. I was over there for a day. But then I woke up in a single room. I go, wow, whoa, my brother was there. And he goes, you can't go before me. And I thought I was in heaven. And I said, yeah, I must be dead. Huh?
Because you were in Cedars.
Well, because he said you can't. Yeah, well, I didn't know. Yeah, wow, how did I get here?
Yeah.
I went from Kaiser, you know where Kaiser is?
Yeah.
On Sunset and what is it, Vermont?
Yeah.
All the way over to Kaiser. Where's Kaiser? Kaiser's on
No,
La
it's
Cienega.
just
Yeah, it's far.
Yeah, you were like, yeah.
And I was there already 3 days before. Yeah, so I was out. And they said my spleen was bleeding. And then I found out I had cancer. I had leukemia. CML.
Wow.
And
Okay.
it's in my blood and it's treatable but not curable. Well, that might change. You know?
So
No,
what is
I don't think
that?
it's going to change because it's got to keep it. If I stop taking it, it's not going to change. It's still untreatable. It's still treatable but uncurable. It keeps, yeah, because I figure, remember I said that the government, gotta get that guy get it in there again. Bastards. Hey, we pay taxes. You know? They gotta hear what we gotta say. Freedom of speech, right?
God bless
Hey,
America.
amen. Hallelujah, that one. But if you take the medicine away to somebody that's sick and they're old, they die. But if you're young and you're strong and you got a will and you don't really care, but you want to make him the king of, well, you know, the God is got his hand on you, but he uses the doctor so we
Absolutely.
can treat each other.
Yeah.
Huh? He's the one that knows. Oh yeah, hallelujah that one.
Yeah, hallelujah.
But he's the one that came up with this pill, the Dr. Nashir, to keep us. Oh, okay, it's working.
Level.
Okay, if you get off it, what happens? No, it's no good. You go back to the same way. It stops the treatment. The treatment, you die.
So in
but
other words,
slowly.
if you stay on the pill, then
You
you're
feel
just
good.
fine.
You feel good, but it's not good. And then you start feeling. You can feel that you don't have cancer, so you can't understand this.
I had cancer.
Okay, then do you feel did you feel that little virus? It's just, you know it's there. It's there. You can feel it, but you know what? You don't, you have to accept it. That's what it is. You gotta accept
Submit,
it.
yeah.
Is that what is that why they say, are you in remission? What? I go, what is that? Remission is when you're stable, right? Is that what that means?
Remission, yeah, like after you've done your treatment.
When
you went
they
to-
used to say that to me, I go, I don't understand that. Remission. What is remission? Remission means that you're. Does that mean that better? No, it means that it's stable. And more. I speak differently. I'm a different kind of doctor because I don't get paid.
You're I call it an accidental
Well, when I
doctor.
fell off those bridges, I had to recycle myself. I
Wow.
broke T6, T12. Yeah, I had a tube in me there. I had a tube in me there. I dislocated the shoulder and I'm deaf in this ear. Then the
Whoa.
scar goes up to here and over. I think they're 12 hours. I bled this far in the sand because my uncle, August 10th of 1988, I was 20 years old. August 10th, October 22nd, I was in Las Vegas playing. That's how fast I healed. I had to wear a back brace. God is awesome. He says,
God
it's
is
time.
awesome.
I give my life to the Lord when I was a little kid. I had to get God in there somewhere. If you cut it out,
No,
That's
we're not
all
going to
up
cut
to you.
out God. No,
Hey,
I'm all
God,
about
because
God.
I give my life.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh
believer.
yeah, I'm a Christian. Hallelujah, that one. Jesus died for my sins because He sent Him down here. Oh yeah. Because He said, no, if you accept Me as your Savior, only you can do that. Nobody else can give that to you for you. If you walk with Me, but you make that choice, what destination you're going to go. If you do this, wake up. And He woke me up. But it took 27 years for me to go through this again. Why did I have to start over? I didn't used to talk before this. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have my
Really?
accident. God had to wake me up because I got a kid. They said, oh, I got a 14-year-old daughter.
Oh.
She lived, yeah, I feel for her. Yeah. They said I couldn't have children.
Oh my God.
You guys are getting good on me, huh? I
I'm
want
sorry,
to go.
okay, no, you can't go. Wait, talk about
The cancer.
about Dr. Nasir.
Dr. Nashir is an excellent doctor. He is his diagnosis. He helps you with the things that you need.
You said
the
that
pain,
he cares before, and you said that the other doctors were not listening to you.
Well, no, it's not that.
Yeah.
They don't give you. Okay, he's the main doctor. He's the one that treats it. So I have to come back here. If I couldn't, we work something out.
Okay.
Like the medicine, they stop. I don't know how that stopped. He makes the prescription, but it's. I don't want to talk about price. Let him do that. Motion pictures is good insurance. Yeah. And I got Medicare, but motion pictures. Oh yeah. The motion. Yeah. Very good. Thank you very much. If I live, I live. I don't, I don't. I mean, we all, you know.
Is that how you feel about?
I feel
like,
I got a little
curable?
kid. I don't want to see her. I'm ready to go though. I'm not afraid of death.
You're
because
not?
God, no. You're supposed to be afraid of death. Why? Why? Hey, I had a good life. But I got a kid that is. She's doing her own thing right now. She's going through a change of life that I didn't go through. Oh, I feel for her. I love it. I love her. Hey, we had fun growing up. You know, she's going through something. I don't care. No, I wasn't a girl. I got a different attitude. I didn't want any kids. And I had one. Whoa, why did I have a kid? When I got tested and I couldn't have them. Okay, God, chill out. So here I am. This is good.
Oh, Mr. Dad,
I
you're
said I'd
good.
be on TV one day.
You are on TV. Okay, so back to your cancer.
Okay, the cancer.
Yeah, so you feel like you're stable right now? Tell me about some of the side effects.
Well, I got jazzed because I knew I was gonna get. No, okay, look, this trip. I have a buddy that lives here in Hollywood,
Okay,
so I stay with him.
that's nice.
You know, and if he's not there and he has to go do something, I have another partner that I worked with at Deluxe. He was a timer. He lives in Arleta. So
Okay.
either way, I have.
Okay, you got somewhere to stay.
Right. Like no more family. Right? Well, they are, but they're too far. I don't want to go that. The drive is it's hard. I take the train. You need a vehicle. I did the train thing. You need a vehicle down there. I mean, the subways are cool, but I don't like the buses. You know? Cancer is important to get a treatment, but if you don't need stress for the cancer that we have. Anybody's cancer, they don't need to stress because Dr. Nashir will explain this to you if you ask him. If you ask him about if the patient is in stress or is excited or angry, it does something to the cancer feeds. It's got to feed on something. So if you fight it back with the medicine and be having a good attitude,
You have a good attitude.
yeah, you have to. I don't know. It's a virus. But some days I don't feel like it. Some days I don't like this. You gotta get me on a good day. No, this is a good day.
This is a good day?
Yeah. I'm tired. So when I'm tired, I'm happy. And I'll go to my buddies. I've been. I just, like I said, I just got that phone.
Yeah.
And I like my old ancient one when they first came out, because I can just go boop.
Because you're used to it, but you're going to get used to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say, to a little, like, words of wisdom about somebody that just got diagnosed?
Just got diagnosed. Don't trip. It's something.
Don't trip.
Don't trip. Just accept it and go with it. Don't let them give you radiation. The chemo's good pill, but do not give you. My buddy just died of lung cancer because of that stuff. So, yeah. It helps to an extent. I'm not saying it's bad because I took it. He caught it before I got to the fourth. I was second stage, going into the third stage. I would have went in the third stage. Yeah, they got to stop it. Still chemo, but it don't have the radiation that the chemicals do. What the chemicals does because it's a growing tumor. Mine's in my blood.
Right.
How do you treat the blood? You suck it out? No, you get something to stop it.
Yeah.
Keep it from growing. It's from here to here. And it's going through my veins, so how do you stop it? With a pill, it dissolves and goes in there and fight.
And you said you do yoga. You do yoga?
Mentally. Just watch it and think about it. When they did a bone mural, have you ever had a bone mural? I've had it done 4 times. And every time you made that needle go right back in there. I watch it. It takes a thing and it takes a piece of your bone out. First you numbed it there. I'm hyper. Can you imagine operating on me? No, and not being doped up? I'm good at that. I know martial arts. I know 5 times.
I could see that.
Taekwondo, Tai Chi.
Like a black belt.
Kung Fu. No, I just learned. I learned it out there. Yeah, but I don't do that no more. Those days are over. That was fun. It was fun. Now you're in jail.
Okay, well, I just love that. I love it that you are like living with this, and they're not saying that there's a cure, and still you're like positive and open, and you're not even fighting. You're like, okay, this is what it is, and I'm just gonna live my life.
Right.
Because you got the
Exactly.
spirit of cancer in you, right?
Right. That's
Yeah, right here.
Amen.
Put it right here. Thank you.
Thanks.
Amen.
This was yeah. You know, and somebody that does have cancer, it's a kid, or even if you're old, if you don't have faith, can I put this in there?
Put it
If you don't
in.
have faith, or you don't have a higher power, which is God, and there's,
Amen.
the only way to God is Jesus, His Son. That's the only way you're gonna enjoy life.
I agree. Hallelujah.
And just deal with it. Deal with it, and it'll get better. Yeah. Thanks.
I would like you all to meet my new colorectal friend. is that an introduction?
That's a great introduction.
This is Human. And we met through my friend who called me and said, hey, I have a friend who just got diagnosed. I'm like, what's his number? And so I called him, and Human is actually the perfect patient because he is positive and accepting and willing, and you've weathered the whole process very well. So tell me about, like, let's start at the beginning. When you
Right.
first heard, like, tell me what that felt like, because I always like to hear everybody's rendition of
Right.
that.
Shocked,
Yeah.
devastated.
Did you have symptoms?
Yes, I had rectal bleeding,
Yeah.
but being 40 years old, going to doctors.
Yeah.
You know, I got they told me you have hemorrhoids, and
Yeah.
I went to another hemorrhoids, and finally, one of my good friends and doctors, Dr. Ted Siamak Taviv, recommended we do a colonoscopy and endoscopy, and that's how we found out.
So was that you that was pushing, saying like because this is really valuable information
yes.
right here. This can save people's lives. Like, what was it that you went, oh, this is just not a hemorrhoid. This is something more, or could be something
The
more.
bleeding continued, so I figured it can't be hemorrhoids because if you get treatment for hemorrhoids, the bleeding should stop.
Right.
So it took me about 4 months from the first step when I started bleeding to I went through 3 different doctors.
Wow.
And finally, he was the only one, Dr. Tabib was the only one who recommended
Wow.
the colonoscopy endoscopy.
Yeah.
And thank God for him.
Wow.
That's the only way we found out.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
That is huge.
long process until we finally.
This is
So- and
this
this
is a perfect example of being an advocate for your own health.
Right.
Because so
Right.
many people just go, oh, okay, and then they go
They
on.
let
And
it go.
meanwhile, the tumor's growing and like going from stage 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and
Right.
yeah,
So when we found out I was at stage 2.
yeah.
So
And
we're
that's
still
you,
fortunate.
You still, that's
Yeah,
still
it's
fairly,
still-
and you
yeah.
stayed there. You didn't
And we
like,
stayed there.
no lymph nodes.
No lymph
Yeah.
nodes. No.
Yeah.
So,
That's
but I think when you find out, you need to go to people like Allison or people like who know about this disease, and I
Yeah.
think that and you gotta surround yourself, and you gotta be positive, and
he's very positive.
you gotta be positive.
You are not difficult
And when
to
you have
mentor.
kids, yeah.
You're like, okay. How you doing? I'm good. You're like, I'm so sick, but I'm good.
I was ready to run. I mean, right away, I went into action.
Yeah.
I found out on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Within a week, I started chemo radiation.
Yes.
I got my port set up.
Yeah. I know.
I was like,
lickety-split.
I'm gonna go. I can't stop. I gotta take care of this right away.
You went for it.
Yeah. You know.
I like how it rolls.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. So you felt shock. What, like, was there terror and fear?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Share.
My
please.
biggest fear was
I know.
my kids and my wife and my parents.
Yeah.
That was, I didn't want them to go through, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna let my parents see me. You know, I was like, it just cannot happen. I'm gonna beat this. So it was 5 days of hell. I mean, every night, obviously, you go through emotions, crying.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, I guess it took 1 week. And when I started chemo and radiation on that Tuesday, then I said, you know what? Okay, this is it. Now we got to get down. We got to fight. And we fought. And everyone, I had great friends, great support. I mean, my friends were awesome. They didn't leave me alone the first week, or I mean, they were over at my house. Everyone, my family, my sister. So
That's
the support
awesome.
system was amazing. I had a great support system.
That's-
I'm very fortunate.
You are very fortunate.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think it's your attitude. You and I were exactly the same. Okay, we've got this. Like, let's get it out.
Let's go.
What do we need to do? Like,
Yeah.
let's get this done.
Yeah.
And so how has chemo been? Like, start from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first 7 weeks that I started chemo, it was very light because I was doing it in conjunction with radiation.
Okay.
I
But that was the
didn't-
pill.
That wasn't a pill.
It was
It
infusion.
was an infusion.
Okay. Okay.
Through the port. So I felt it was pretty easy. I thought it would be much worse, but a little nausea.
Right.
The radiation did not bother me at all. I actually enjoyed going there every morning. They were really fantastic.
Can you just
Yeah,
hang on? Say
because
that
I knew,
again.
I knew that, you know why? Because I said to myself, we're going through we're going through radiation. It's getting my tumor out.
Exactly.
So you gotta just take the process in
Yes.
and go with it. Enjoy
Yes.
it.
And
You know, I of course it's not enjoy, but you gotta just be positive and go with it.
This is what I'm preaching.
And
this
so
is perfect.
And
And you had
7
fun with the
weeks-
people.
And honestly, I was sad when the radiation was over. I'm like, 7 weeks, the radiation's over.
You're
I
like,
gave
what?
everyone a hug. I'm like, that's it. And then the chemo was over, and then we waited. So the process was: you do radiation, you do for
Yeah.
colorectal,
Yes.
7 weeks. We waited 6 weeks, and then on to the operation.
Okay, so how was the operation?
The
Resection,
operation-
right?
Yeah, resection. It was 6-hour surgery.
Yeah, long.
I came out the first maybe 48 hours was very hard.
Yeah.
Was tough.
Yeah.
Drowsy. The toughest part about the surgery was I had to get an ileostomy bag. So that part of it was kind of hard, dealing with, that function. It was maybe 2 months of ileostomy bag. That was very difficult. And then the reversal. I remember the reversal was on April 19th.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
I was looking forward to that day so much.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and that when I did that surgery, and then again you become like a baby because once they take the ileostomy bag out,
Yeah,
then it takes time for you to function.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
it went well. I mean, everything. Now that I look back, it was very smooth.
So
And-
let me ask you
Sure.
about the bag. Was it like was it difficult just like maintaining, or was it like an emotional like for me, like it was like I didn't feel sexy anymore. I just didn't.
You don't feel sexy. No,
but,
no.
but I've learned since then that people that have to live with that I've seen pictures posted. There was
Yeah.
a whole thing on Facebook, and they are sexy. You are sexy.
You are.
And it's a mentality, but for me, I had to but I was grateful, that I had the option of this, because
Right.
for me, it would have been so much more painful. But I'm just interested, what were you thinking?
For me, it was I have 3 little kids,
Yes.
so it's difficult
Angels.
being home
Yeah.
and just trying to hide and not letting them see
Yes.
this bag. Just getting used to it. But by the 8th, it was 8 weeks I had the ileostomy bag. By like the 6th week, I was used. I actually did get used to it.
You had it down.
I had it down.
See, you
get it
learn
down.
to live
Yeah,
with what
you
you have
live
to
with
live
it.
with.
If
Yes.
I had to go longer, I would have been
Yeah.
fine. I
Yeah.
mean, it was my wife was a big help.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't, when the bag got stuck or
She helped you with
She
it?
helped me a lot with it.
Okay. Good.
So having a partner and getting help is very important
Yeah.
through
Yes.
battling when you're battling cancer. I
Absolutely.
think that's the most
A
important.
positive part.
Positive
Yeah.
partner. And so we got through it.
Good.
And then after the reversal was you wait another 2 months and post-op chemo. That where I am right now.
Right. And how many rounds are you doing?
This is my 7th round today. This process was a lot more difficult than first round chemo. I think it's local.
Yeah.
Oncologist Dr. Nasir, my GI Dr. Sabib, they were all fantastic.
Good. Yeah. That's the key, to surround yourself.
Right.
And you have such a wonderful support system. And I mean, even your own, like the decisions that you make in your own mind have gotten you so far. And I know it wasn't easy. I know it wasn't. But you champion yourself and others by your thought process and how you look at it. It just makes all the difference. I know you've talked to other patients that may not have like the same, point of view, or they're down, and I'm sure you try to pep them up, and it is a mindset.
One thing that also helped me is writing a journal.
Yeah, okay, good.
So, to go back, I have a second cousin who went through childhood leukemia.
Yeah.
So he came and talked to me the first few days also, and he said write everything down.
Yeah.
And I think that helped me also.
Good.
Just running a journal
Yeah,
about my whole
processing.
experience. That was very helpful also.
Good.
Processing it and writing it down,
Mm-hmm.
and one day you could go back and maybe your kids, or just help people. I mean, I feel like unfortunately people don't go for checkups. They don't, colonoscopy, doctors will tell you, oh no, you won't need it till you're 50, even if you have symptoms. And that's what I heard over and over. No, you don't need it till you're 50.
Neither of us are 50.
And neither of us are 50.
Yeah.
And maybe like 10, a lot of people that I talk to that went through colorectal cancer are all 40 or under 40.
Yeah, I know.
So now I'm like, we need to change that.
We are. We're gonna change it. We're working on it. That's why we're
So,
doing this. Like,
right.
it's completely preventable.
Yeah. It is preventable. Cancer is something that, as long as it's addressed early, there's
Taken
cure.
care of.
Taken care of.
Absolutely.
There's cure.
Yeah, it's not like the old days.
No.
So I would just like to share with you this friendship that was instant, and I would call on Human when I was, if I ever needed anything, because I know that he would be there, because he understands. We've been through something. It's probably it's like, it's like war. When you've been through something like that, you're there for each other. And whenever I see him on my phone, I'm like on top of it. I'll call him back right away. Are you okay? And that I do with all of the people that I'm trying to help, because I know that there are moments you just got to know the answer right away, because you don't want them to sit there and let their mind go wild. But I just want to say that you have been a gift to me and my life, and I've so enjoyed meeting you. And I love how we met through the connection. And we even have a friend in common, Shane. Like, we're on Facebook, who he knows from your bar.
We were for bar mitzvah area. We played YMCA basketball together.
And my son plays baseball with his son, and so we're all on Facebook. I'm like, you know who I know, and then, so we're like, what a small world.
And Allison, I want to thank you also.
Oh.
You've been an inspiration for me. You've helped me out through this process, and I wish there's a lot more people like you. Because when we go through cancer, we need people like you to keep us going. And I hope to follow in your footsteps.
Oh, yeah.
And help other people.
You're one of us.
Just like you've helped me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The spirit of cancer, right here, living proof.
Thank you.